Hello, welcome to episode 7 of the Perfect Genetics Challenge, Generation 3. We start with an exploring puppy dog. Little Bindi has gone into the nearby hangout. He's on a quest to sniff out collectibles. He's already reconstructed our old friend Fred and a hydrant, and now he's looking to complete some of the collectible. He has to find 3 parts of each collectible, and he's got 2 parts of a mini dinosaur and our old friend Fred. We might have a few skeletons hanging around. And he's also got a part from the diamond dog. Be great if he finds the diamond dog parts and we can reconstruct it this episode. Oliver is in the kitchen. He had a wish to improve his cooking skill, and that fridge that they've got in the kitchen there, that is the one that Olivia got when she got to the top of the culinary career. I've just recoloured it. It's a great fridge because nothing goes bad in it. Oliver's pregnant wife Poppy is on her way home from the day spa where she's just had a wonderful Swedish massage. And little Bindi's come home and he's taking a snooze on the chair next to the swimming pool, and he's surrounded by a guard of magic gnomes. And then Clark comes out and sits on the seat beside the sleeping Bindi and starts playing a noisy game on his multi-tab. Clark is to be the father of Generation 3, and he is Donna's husband. Downstairs in the basement, Donna is chatting with Poppy. I think Poppy might have been telling Donna about her experience with the day spa, because the next morning Donna headed off to get her own massage at the day spa, and when she was leaving she realised that she's pregnant. This will be the second baby born for Generation 3 because Donna is the heir of Cindy and she is the one to have the babies for Generation 3. She's already had one and now she's heading off home. She's in the sculpting career, so we'll see her doing some sculpting at different times during this series. Poppy's sitting just inside the front door. Behind her are the rewards that Cindy and Bill got for dancing at the Spring Festival one year. I think they were king and queen of the festival. Not at the same time, but they each got a reward eventually. I got very excited when I spotted Josephine, one of the genies from the Isla Paradiso Bunch series, visiting Lucky Palms as a tourist. I followed a taxi and she drove it herself all the way back to the base camp where she was staying. Back at home, Donna and Poppy were having another conversation. Donna's about to do some sculpting and Poppy's telling her a story. I think Poppy's baby must be going to come soon. But in the meantime, she's going to take care of the fish. Everybody takes care of these fish. I've never had a set of 13 perfect fish in fish bowls last as long as this lot have. And she continues feeding the fish. When she's finished feeding the fish, she wanders back into the room where Donna is sculpting, or trying to sculpt. Because as soon as Poppy gets into that room, Donna starts to panic madly because Poppy goes into labour. It's time for her to hurry off to the hospital and have that baby. And I start to panic too. What am I supposed to do? Does she go to hospital or does she have the baby here? I haven't decided yet. It's dark outside. If she goes to hospital, who will take her? How will she get there? I waited way too long to make a decision. I kept on thinking, it's too late now, she won't make it on time. And then off she went. And for once, the wait at the hospital for the baby to arrive was really quite short. She got into the building and came out again almost straight away. That was great. I like that. Don't like waiting outside, wondering what was going to happen and when it might happen. And there it is. She has a baby girl, and we named her Clara. I just wanted something a bit different, and I haven't heard that name used for a really long time. Her traits became disciplined and friendly. I was thinking she might become a champion at martial arts and especially good at breaking space rocks. But we'll probably never find out because she's going to be moving to Vice City before she starts school. Anyway, there she is, heading off home with her mother carrying her, and her father is carrying Barry. On returning home, both babies were placed in their cots. Now we can see her in the light. It looks like little Clara has inherited her father's green skin. And little Barry is there in his cot with his imaginary friend doll for company. Now those Tiberium spires are growing. We'll leave them there to see how tall they get, and then we'll sell them because they will be worth an absolute fortune. And that space rock is just sitting there instead of in someone's inventory. That space rock and the Tiberium came out of Donna's inventory. She's been collecting gems from the sculpting table. She needs to sculpt 5 sculptures out of stone, and they keep breaking on her, and she keeps getting gemstones instead. She cut them in the gem cutting machine. 2 of them were Tiberium, which was a worry because Tiberium is highly toxic to Sims. They don't die, but they get very sick. And she's pregnant. I didn't want her getting sick. I don't want any of my Sims getting sick. She's persisting with the stone though. I hope she finally gets her 5 stone sculptures. It's not for a wish, it's just that they need to make 5 sculptures of each type, and she hasn't made enough stone yet. Poppy's gone to the greenhouse to relax after giving birth. The garden is growing nicely. When we started, I didn't have anything in here. It was just the soil rugs and a few sprinklers. But Oliver and some of the others have been working in the garden. It's mainly Oliver these days because he is the gardener and the one who's got to get his gardening skill up and sell his produce so he can advance in the gardening career. Damien's down in the courtyard catching butterflies. Little Bindi's there too, having a bit of a stretch and preparing to reconstruct the diamond dog. He finally found enough pieces when he was sniffing out collectibles, and he was able to reconstruct it. So now he's got old friend Fred and the hydrant, and now he's got the diamond dog as well. Oliver came down, he needed more seeds for his garden. And Donna's almost finished that stone sculpture and it hasn't broken yet. She might have a success on her hands there, I think, which will be great. Eunice is working on her martial arts skill. She doesn't have any yet. Hopefully she'll qualify for a white belt shortly. Maybe she has just done, there it is, yes. She's finally got her white belt. So now she can dress for the occasion when she practices her martial arts. And that was Coco Cat, just ran out the door. Bindi's gone into the art gallery, which is next door. He's probably out trying to sniff out more collectibles. The art gallery is that long, narrow building that's next to their house. Clark has an opportunity from work and he's required to read a book, and that's what he's doing at the moment. It's practical science from Boast to Beaker. In the next room, a single birthday cake is set up on the table in the new birthday room. I wonder who is about to age up. Poppy and Donna have arrived, and Poppy is carrying baby Barry. And everybody is coming into the room to help celebrate baby Barry aging up to toddler. We should see his hair and eye colour shortly and find out if he is the heir or not. Poppy is holding him and she bends over and blows out his candles for him. and then she puts him on the floor and steps back to wait for him to spin into his toddler form. From left to right, that's Damien, Connor, Eunice, Clark, Poppy, Oliver and Donna. And there he is. He's not the heir. His hair is blonde. He's taken after his father, Clark. And Donna, his mother, she's starting to show her pregnancy with the next baby who could become the heir. And now it's time for everybody to eat cake. Well, Barry sits on the floor and plays with his imaginary friend doll. Poppy has taken her piece of cake and she's sitting at the table in the next room. Everybody else seems to be going to the table in this new birthday party room. I have no idea why Poppy headed into the other table in the next room, but you can see her there through the door. There mightn't have been enough chairs in this room for everybody, but she was the first one with a piece of cake. You would have thought she would have taken the chair, but there is a spare chair there. Now she's going to go and wash her plate, and there's still plenty of cake left. While Barry sits and plays with his doll. He's making friends with it. I'll have to get down there and have a closer look at him. Just have a quick look at his extended family sitting around the table enjoying his cake, and then a very quick look at the birthday boy. When he'd finished eating his cake, Clark decided to go and sit in the corner and finish reading his book. After all, he doesn't want to miss out on that opportunity. And Barry just continued playing with his doll. I let Barry play with his doll for a while. He wasn't being rough with it. They wasn't beating it up. He was giving it cuddles and hugs and kisses, and they were just becoming such good friends. But he had to start his training. We needed to get him into school soon. We're going to need his cot because all these babies that are being born. So I sent him into the room that's next to the nursery where he could learn his xylophone and pegbox skills and read his books. Now, I think the doll's name is Pat, and they have been having such a fun time together, and they've been making friends. And it was at about this point that I lost complete control of the game for a while. Although I didn't know it yet, little Barry managed to complete his xylophone and pegbox skills. He's level 3 in both of them, and then he started reading his books. However, things were about to go completely uncontrollable, and I'm going to tell you about it because I didn't get much of it on video. Firstly, Donna needed to go to the hospital. Baby was coming. Clark was told to go and take her to the hospital. So he ran into the nursery and picked up little Clara and started to head out to the hospital. But I told him to put Clara back into her cot. So he did, and then he forgot about going to the hospital. So Donna went on her own. And just as she arrived at the hospital, before she could go inside, the game announced that there were 2 Sims in town needing to graduate. So she suddenly lost her pregnancy bump, turned around and ran to City Hall. Meanwhile, other members of the household had arrived at City Hall carrying Barry and Clara. Why didn't they leave them at home? I have no idea, but they carried them to the graduation ceremony. The first I knew of this was at City Hall. I got the screenshot you're seeing on screen now. That was when I found out that they had the baby and toddler, because I had been at the hospital with Donna for the baby to be born, and all of a sudden the baby wasn't being born, and I was worrying. Does this mean that the pregnancy has failed? What's going to happen next? I was getting myself a little bit upset and concerned, but there was nothing I could do. The ceremony was going to go ahead anyway. At this point, I thought I was recording the Sims coming out from the graduation ceremony. All I saw were some doors opening and closing, and then there was Sims walking down the front steps. There's Donna. This is where she now decides to run off back to the hospital. That other Sim who came down the steps with Donna is Eunice. Then other Sims started coming down the stairs. That looks like Clark. Maybe he's going to the hospital with his wife. Should have been there before already. And here comes Oliver. Well, that's Connor, the last one. But nobody's carrying a baby or a toddler. So I decided I should go and investigate the porch at City Hall and see what's going on. Oliver and Connor seem to be heading home, so I will leave them. Oh yes, there they are on the porch. There's Poppy. She's not even in her graduate outfit now. She's chatting with Damien. Little Barry is sitting there on the floor. Oh, and the baby's been born. That's a relief. We missed that one. And she can be Diane. And I forgot in the stress of the moment that she is a potential heir, and I didn't randomise her traits. So I don't know, I'll just maybe if she's the heir I might have to change her traits later. I'm not sure. See what happens. If she just turns out to be just another sibling for Barry, well then I won't worry about it. She can keep the traits I gave her. Fortunately, I managed to get to the hospital in time to see Donna carrying her out of the hospital and taking her home alone. Don't know what happened to Clark. He must have just gone home when I was hoping he might have been going to the hospital. They made it home safely. It looks like she might have her grandmother's green skin, like Oliver's got it as well. Donna's taking her baby girl to put in her cot. She's pulling a terrible face because she dislikes children so badly. At least she's got lots of other family members in the household to help her take care of little Diane. Now this is Damien. He is one of Cindy's third set of twins. Donna was one of Cindy's second set of twins, and Donna was the one with the same hair and eye colour as Cindy, so she got to be the heir. But this Damien, he also has the correct hair and eye colour, and he could have been the heir if Donna hadn't been born first. He's there playing with his little bluebird. He's still back at the outside the city hall. Let's have a quick look at the family tree. That's Olivia, she's the founder, it's her descendants, and you'll see all of the babies that we've got in the household at the moment are descended from Olivia, including little Clara. Most of her descendants now live in Mountain Lakes or in Vice City. Olivia has a plant sim daughter, Petal. That's the only one of her descendants who is not related to Don. Now this is Don's descendants. He's got a lot of alien children. The only descendant Olivia has that is not also Don's descendant is her plant sim daughter, Petal. Olivia's distinct hair and eye colour is filtering its way down the generations, and so is Don's green skin. The only other issue with the family tree is with James, their second eldest son. He was married to Carla and they had 4 children. And then he ran off and left her with the children, and now he's married to Mabel, who was a plant sim. And their Don and Olivia's son Percy is now paired up with James's ex-wife Carla, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen there. We'll just have to see what happens. They live in Mountain Lakes. This is all going on due to things that the game has organised. But there's Percy with Carla and James's 4 children. The other thing I discovered when looking at the family tree is that Oliver and Poppy are married as teens, but the family tree doesn't show them as being married, and it shows that Oliver has a teenaged girlfriend. Now that girl is back in Appaloosa Plains and was a school relationship while they were both at school, but now he's grown up and married and has baby. I think I'm going to get him to send a breakup text to that one. In the relationship panel it shows him and Poppy as husband and wife, but in the family tree it doesn't, so I'm not sure if that's a mix-up because of them marrying while they were still teens. That's possible. Now let's go back to City Hall, where not everybody has gone home yet, and it appears that the baby and the toddler have been abandoned, which is a bit of a worry. I don't want to lose them. Oh no, Patsy's still there doing push-ups or sit-ups. That's from a mod that I found. I think it's got an action that's from The Sims 4. I got it a few years ago now. I can't really remember who made it or anything more than that. So now we're going to have to work out how to get them home. I know Patsy can't carry both of them on her own, but at least she's still staying there with them. I think I might just teleport them home, make use of a mod, and then Patsy can go home as well. Little Barry still needs to learn to walk, talk and potty train, and he also needs to read all of his books. Then I'll age him up to child. Let's have a quick look at the pretty park that's across the road from City Hall. Unfortunately, having a little relaxed wander through the garden hasn't solved the problem. I think I'm just going to have to transport the two littlies home. I have a mod, I can do it, and I know Patsy cannot carry them both. And they do need to go home. Can't be left on the porch of the City Hall indefinitely. Meanwhile, back at home, little Bindi's playing with his ball. And there's lots of seeds have spawned around their courtyard. Oliver will be able to come and collect them later to plant in his garden. And Bindi's diamond dog is just sitting there near the front there on the left. There's some butterflies to catch as well. Oliver had a wish to let little Barry have a ride on the spring rider. So I decided it might be a fun idea to let him do it. And there it is. Barry's riding the pirate ship. And Oliver's still in his graduation outfit. I'll get Oliver to change into his athletic outfit shortly, and then he can start collecting those seeds and planting them in his garden. It looks like little Barry wasn't very happy about having to end his ride, but Oliver insisted and put him on the ground. And then Oliver decided to focus on his sending the breakup text to his ex-girlfriend. Since he's now married to Poppy, he didn't want to have a girlfriend as well. And she's still a teen and still at school back in Appaloosa Plains. So they broke up by text. And now he's going to go and collect the seeds. I thought it was about time this pair, Patsy and Connor, finished discovering all of the potions. At this point they've still got a couple, at least 2 or 3 potions to find. It seems Donna, after putting her new baby daughter in her crib, has decided all by herself to go and do some sculpting in metal. I always try to avoid metal in case they catch on fire. I'm pretty sure I didn't tell her to do this. There is an all-in-one bathroom and a shower close by, but of course she won't jump under the shower unless I tell her to if she's on fire. They never do. You've got to catch them at it, tell them to put themselves out, because they won't do it autonomously. They'd rather just burn and turn into a ghost. I don't know what would happen if we lost her before she has an heir, although there is her younger brother who does qualify as an heir, so maybe we could call him into action if she burns to death doing sculpting of metal. Meanwhile, Poppy has decided to teach little Barry to walk. This is a hallway where their bedrooms are. All of those doors that you see up and down this hallway are all going into bedrooms. There's a few spare bedrooms as well. There's Patsy. She must have finished working on the discovering potions for now. We'll leave Poppy and Barry here working on his walking skill. she does eventually get him to learn to walk. So he's gradually preparing for his aging up to be a child. There's Coco the cat. I bet she's going to go and check out the fish in the fish bowls. Get a view from the other direction. That door at the end goes to the outside. You can see the taxis going by on the road. Oliver's out collecting the seeds. There's Damien going downstairs to the basement, and a sulphur-crested white cockatoo has showed up. There's 2 birds they've got there now. I've been avoiding having them catch those birds because I don't like to keep small pets. They take a lot of looking after and then they die very quickly and easily because I don't look after them probably. There's another yellow bird there as well, and a tortoise walking in circles. Anytime that one of my Sims does catch one of the minor pets, I will just sell it eventually before it gets a chance to die. Meanwhile, little Barry's in the playroom and he's going to read his books. There's Damien, he's standing in the dining room. It's taking little Barry ages to read those books, and Donna came in and she decided it was time he learnt to talk. So she sat down and with him and he learnt to talk. Meanwhile, he's picked up all of his books and put them into his inventory because I've decided that Donna can take him to the library. He will read his books super fast in the library. I left them there and came back a bit later and found that Barry had finished learning to talk and Donna had moved on to one of the spare easels and was painting a beautiful picture. Looks like a night scene. In the next room, Eunice had just satisfied her wish to make a potion. And I had a bit of a look around town and discovered that the horses were all getting together. I thought there was 2 of them, but it turns out there was 4 horses and a unicorn. It's a bit hard to see them because it's very dark, but there they are. As far as I can tell, they are all wild horses with the unicorn. And here is the unicorn back at the same spot that he was last time we saw him in an earlier episode. It seems to be a very cramped location for the horses to gather. They seem to be managing. I came across the horses when I was looking for the library so I could send Donna there with Barry. The household are all sleeping now, but they can go to the library tomorrow. Back at home, Coco the cat is scratching her claws, definitely enjoying her classy cat condo. And next day, Donna has taken little Barry to the library. He'll get through all of his books in the library in about the same amount of time as it takes him to read one book back at home. After finishing all of his reading, back at home, his dad, Clark, is teaching him to use the potty. And once he's done that, he will have finished all of his necessary childhood skills. And everybody seems to have had a go at teaching him something, at least almost everybody. So he is a child of the whole household. And in the next episode, we will see him have his birthday party and age up to child. But I'd like his little cousin to age up to toddler and see the 2 of them playing together before his birthday. See the 2 of them playing together as toddlers before he ages up to child. So I think that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will continue on from here in the next episode. We've been having a bit of fun and games with his imaginary friend doll. It vanishes and then it comes back, and then it vanishes, and then he's playing with it but it's invisible. So I'm hoping it sticks around for his birthday and they both become children together. So that's it. So thank you for watching. Bye for now and happy simming. And if you have enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribing would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for everybody who has already subscribed. By the way, we will see little Clara's birthday party in the next episode. I just wanted to show you the vanishing doll here. Bye bye for now, and I'll see you in the next episode.